Welcome everybody, my name is Craig Nicholas or Lumpy Crypto. I decided to do a YouTube video today just to talk about how you convert your Rands into Bitcoin, taking some of the learnings that I've gone through, looking at a couple of the accounts as well. I've gone through a couple of these steps before and I just wanted to show you how relatively simple it is and how easy it is to get online and start trading in Bitcoin. A couple of things about me. I have a day job. I started playing around with Bitcoin in July 2017, so I've had a relatively good success. I think for the most part I've had some very good trades. There were obviously some very bad trades. So what I did is I put that information on every one of my trades and I put it into a spreadsheet because the learnings are important, and I think that's the thing. Make sure that you learn from each one of your trades. Make sure you realize where you went wrong so that you can learn and you can grow a little better. The important thing for me is also to research. Research. Just one last thing, definitely I am not a trader and I'm not a financial advisor. This is a sideline hobby, just on the side. But I think it's important for everyone to understand just exactly how the shift in focus has to come from working from Rands and moving them into Bitcoins. Once you move them into Bitcoins, it becomes a completely different thing. It's not a tangible thing that you can see, and it's not something that you can play around with very easily from a physical sense. So before I continue, just one other thing just about fees. I think it's important to understand if you are going to be moving around money, it's really important to understand that there are fees associated from a banking perspective, as well as moving money around within the crypto world as well. For me, the first fee was obviously the transfer fee to move my funds into another bank account, which was Luno. Luno then obviously associated it to my Luno wallet, and then if I wanted to move it out from there, there was a transaction fee on top of that as well. So moving that money from a virtual wallet to another wallet has a blockchain fee. So it's not necessarily a Luno thing on top, but once it's in your wallet, then you can move it more freely as well. Once again, if you do want to then move it into a bank account, let's say for example back to Luno and back into your bank account, there may or may not be an associated fee as well. So just be very aware of the fact that there are fees associated. Okay, so buying Bitcoin, there's three things for me. I started with Luno because of the EFT option. The other things that I'm looking are into a Spectre coin, which I've registered for, and it allows you to pay from your Visa card. And the other one is ICE3X as well, which I'll put in a later video. Okay. So once the money, the Rands are actually in your wallet, it becomes a different thing. So Luno, for example, has a South African wallet, so you can see your Rands and obviously a Bitcoin equivalent wallet as well. So once you're there, you can obviously see both wallets and both currencies. Once you move it into Exodus, obviously then it becomes just your cryptocurrencies, your Bitcoins, your Litecoins, your Dash, your Qtims, and a couple other things. And if you move it to Bittrex, it then becomes a different thing as well. Bitcoin, Qtim, and any of the other exchanges that they have. Okay. So the next thing, just in terms of benefits, once it's in a wallet like this, there's no tax associated, so there's only fees. It's completely managed by you, and there are no fees for having an account. So a Luno account is not going to charge you a monthly fee. A Bittrex or an Exodus is not going to charge you either. So let's talk about the first deposit. So the first deposit I did was early on this week via Luno. I launched the app, logged it in on my phone. You could see early in the morning, I then said, okay, cool, let's make a deposit. And I think the important thing there is the reference itself. So when you are transferring money into this bank account, which is a Luno bank account, please specify this reference. And it's obviously then going to be associated to your individual login and your individual wallet as well. Within a day or two, my deposit was received. You can see my South African Rand balance went up. It's equivalent to that much Bitcoin at that live price. So I could have then obviously used the buy option to then convert those 15,000 into 24.24 Bitcoins. And you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. I think that's the important learning. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. So one very important thing though as well, once you have that option and you do use the buy option that's provided for you, there will be an equivalency kind of trade that's going to be made, at an instant level, which is why the fees are associated with that as well. So you can see that I'll be spending less money than I actually had at that point in time. And my important thing here is rather use the exchange. Even though it might take a little bit longer, you can see that the estimated fees for that booking of that trade is a little lower. You can see that I got more Bitcoin for my money, equivalently, between the two, and that was an important thing for me as well. So use the exchange. It might take a little bit longer. Don't rush. It's a one-click kind of thing. This is how Luno and these other exchanges make their money, by making it easy and one-click and convenient. Okay, so one thing I did was I looked at the exchanges, specifically from the day. This was earlier today, and ideally I bought at that point, or at least I booked the trade at that point. And then I said, you know what, with the way that it's moving at the moment, obviously Luno is going to adaptively change as well. It seems to have come down a little bit, so I decided that I would go in the lower rate, which means I would get more Bitcoin. And you can see that I created it earlier today. I cancelled it, I stopped the order, and then I created another one. Ideally, what you can do with these orders is you could have effectively yesterday, bought at this price, or potentially even further down here at this price. This is obviously just Bitcoin to US dollars, bought at this point with this Bollinger Bands kind of analysis. You buy here and then you would sell up here. You make a pretty good, decent profit. Buy here and then sell towards here. Once again, you're making a decent kind of profit as well. If you then buy here and then sell again, you're making quite not a lot, obviously, but there is profit to be made as well. So you can just do these orders just on Luno itself and convert your rands into Bitcoin, Bitcoin to rand, sell back and forth, and make some decent profit. It takes a little bit of time for your order, but once it's done, you'll see that there was it took about 3 hours for that to actually book that order to be booked. But once it was available, I could then send it on, and I sent it on to my Exodus wallet. My Exodus wallet at that point in time had nothing. I cleaned it out, I moved money around a little bit earlier, and then all I needed to do was click on the send button, fill in the details, which was I went to the Exodus wallets and received, this is the address, the hashed address or hexed address that I needed to send it to. I put in that information on Luno's side, put in the amounts, specified the reference, and hit send. So yeah, as you can see, so it was received at that point in time, and then it automatically refreshed. What's nice about the Exodus wallet as well is you can have different coins or different currencies, and it'll convert it into a rand equivalent. The other thing that I've got is a Neo wallet. So rather than actually have it on Exodus, Neo has their own wallet. The nice thing about Neo, you transfer it into that wallet and it earns a little bit of gas every day. So what I did early on today is I actually wasn't even looking at my gas. I launched the new app, version 005, and actually claimed it. So you can see that claim has actually come through as well, which will then change into Neo coins as well. So for me, I've got money in Exodus, or the coins in Exodus. I've got a Neo wallet as well, and then the last thing I've got is a BitPetite wallet, and I'll just show you just very quickly just what that is. It's an important thing for me. I signed up earlier today, did the transfer. You can see this was the amount. It gives you an investment term, so 6 weeks or 9 weeks, depending on how you want to. Obviously 6 weeks, the return is only going to be 47%, and the break-even point in terms of that amount of money being deposited back into my account will be in about a month's time. Anything over that will then obviously earn that 47%. And then the 9 weeks, for example, it's going to give me 80%. So my total return will be quite a bit. If I look at the amount that I put in today and the total return that I'm going to get, and it's only going to be completed by the beginning of December, which is fine. This is Bitcoin money that's just going to sit there. So I'm just going to check on it, make sure that I've got it every day. The nice thing about this is every hour it actually takes that dividend and it pays back into my account. So you can see it's there and it's available. If you're looking into something like this, please just follow the link. I'll put it on the thing. I'm not a partner, I'm not a thing, but if you want to register, much like Luno, follow the links below on the video. Use this as a reference and sign up if you want. The last thing I just wanted to show you is my Bittrex wallet. So I have QTIM at the moment. I'm currently sitting on this QTIM. I'm not planning on investing or losing it anytime soon. So actually what I'm going to do now is actually show you how to transfer it out. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go into QTIM and we're going to say we want to receive it. So let's say, let's see if this will work. So the amount that we want to take out is all of it, and obviously the receive address that we want is this, which is that over there. Put that into QTIM, send the details along. There's a transaction fee, once again, like I said, but obviously it's not in Bitcoin, it's in QTIM, which is the currency itself. And I hit withdraw. Okay, so the last thing it's going to do is it's going to ask for a second factor. I would recommend that you put second factors on all of your wallets. I'll put that in another video as well, just so that you can see how that works. So let's put in the code. Okay, and as you can see, it's telling me please put it in your whitelist. So another security feature as well, I'm only allowed to withdraw Bitcoins into my Bitcoin wallet, and the withdrawal wallet as well. Let's see if we can go into here. Currency I would want is QTIM. The address that I want is this. Authenticator. And let's set it. Okay, so there it is. Back into the wallet. Let's go back into QTIM. Type the amount, type the address, hit the withdraw button, wait for the code. It's just going to time out, so give it 1 moment to refresh a new one. And then confirm. And withdrawal has been submitted. So now it'll obviously be a pending withdrawal, which will then start showing here in a couple, let's see if we hit a refresh and see if it's refreshed to say okay. So now it's been authorized and I'm expecting to see it in my wallet in a little bit. So yeah, like I say, BitPetite is earning me and investing the money. It's 3.6% every day. Eventually I'm going to break even, but at the end of the cycle, hopefully I'm going to come out with that much, which is a nice 80% return, considering that I'm not really doing anything. I'm letting it do it itself. In terms of this, any of the profit I make for any of these other coins, which aren't, they're slightly down. Any of these other coins I'll then sell for Bitcoins and then continue to reinvest, depending on what the information I'm getting. And that's pretty much it. Just keep an eye out. This is a new updated chart of exactly what happened today. You can see that it went up and now it's come down again, which is good because that's kind of the level that I bought at earlier today. So it's quite nice. If it continues to rally, continues to go up, it will be a good thing. Thanks very much for joining. Stay tuned for more updates. I'll definitely have more videos as we go along. Thank you.